Pablo Ignacio Sotomota says, what is the theological problem with impanation? That is the idea that just as God incarnated in Jesus, he becomes Eucharisty in Mass. Thanks. Okay, so impanation is now different people may use the term differently, but based on its etymology, impanation would mean God enters in to the bread. That bread is pan, and in im is an adaptation of the preposition in. So God is present in the bread. That means the bread is still there. And that is inconsistent. This is an exegetical problem. It's not a problem in the theological sense of God couldn't do this. God could do this if he wanted. He's omnipotent, and there's no contradiction in terms involved. So God could become present in the bread and the wine if he chose. That's not the problem. The problem is exegetical. It's not what Jesus says is going to happen. He doesn't say if he was in the bread and in the wine, he would say something like, "This contains my body and this contains my blood." He doesn't say that. He says, "This is my body and this is my blood." And that is an is of identity. And so it's not an is of existence. If it was, it would be intransitive, and he wouldn't say, "This is my body." This is clearly meant to be an is of identity, not an is of existence or an is of predication. And so, given the obvious natural usage of the language, it would imply that the bread and wine are no longer present, and that what is present is his body and blood. So that's the basic problem I would have with impanation. Um, you know, it. So that's the basic problem I would have with impanation.
And before we go, don't forget to like, comment, share the podcast with others, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you always get notified whenever I have a new video. Thank you, and God bless you.